All right, guys, we are on week 8 of learning at home. We're 2 weeks out from summer vacation. This week, we're going to be reviewing figurative language. Okay, so this is what your assignment looks like this week. If I click on this blue link right here, it's going to take me to an anchor chart. What is figurative language? Remember, figurative language is just the way the author expresses a feeling or a picture, and they do it in a unique way. So we've learned about similes where we use like or as, metaphors where we compare two things. And remember, similes, metaphors, they both are comparing two things. One just uses like or as. Personification, where we give a human quality to an object like a chair or an animal like an ant. And then hyperbole is where we exaggerate. Today, we're really going to focus on personification. So let's go back to the chart. We're going to read the poem Just Before April Came. Again, if I click on the link, the poem opens right up. This is a Storyworks poem that we have not read in class before, but it is a Storyworks poem. So I can read the poem in presentation view, bigger or smaller. And in this poem, the animals are celebrating something. And as you read, I want you to think about what are the animals celebrating just before April came. Okay. When I'm reading this poem, I want to keep in mind who the speaker are and the main idea and the point of view, first person, third person point of view. So let me read this poem, Just Before April Came by Carl Sandburg. The snow piles in dark places are gone. Pools by the railroad tracks shine clear. The gravel of all shallow places shines. A white pigeon reels and somersaults. Frogs plutter and squudge, and frogs beat the air with their recurring thin steel sliver of melody. Crows go in fives and tens. They march their black feathers past a blue pool. They celebrate an old festival. A spider is trying his webs. A pink bug sits on my hand, washing his forelegs. I might ask, who are these people? So when you read the poem, again to yourself, remember that rule of 3, we're going to read that poem 3 times. You are going to tell me about the author's purpose. Now, I have given you the figurative language, okay? So the crows march their black feathers across a blue pool. And I've told you that it's personification. Now I want you to type in what exactly does that mean. So the crows are marching and they're marching their feathers across this pool. So what does that mean to me? Well, I think the crows are proud of their black feathers, right? They're looking at them in this blue pool of water because the water is reflecting. So I could type that. Then I ask you about the pink bug washing his forelegs. Again, bugs don't normally wash themselves. That's a human quality. So what is that telling us about that bug? And they celebrate an old festival. Again, animals don't have festivals. That's something people do. So it's personification. What is it that they're celebrating with this festival? And then you have 4 questions. Please don't forget to do the 4 questions. What is this poem mainly about? Again, I'll type in my answer. Okay. The poem's first line says the snow piles in dark places are gone. What can you infer that they're gone because of? Like, why is the snow gone? What do all creatures in the poem have in common? Okay. They might have more than one thing in common. I'm only looking for one. And then in the second stanza, what image do the unusual words plutter and squudge make you picture? So those are kind of those like silly nonsense words. And I want you to tell me, what does that invoke to you? So you might need to go back to that stanza and read it again. Please don't forget that when you're done, there's a gray button at the top that says turn in. Please don't forget to turn your assignment in. That way I can grade it. Okay. And guys, if you forget to do any part, I am going to give you a 50 in Google Classroom, and then you'll have an opportunity to redo it in its entirety.